Find out how social proof, as studied by psychologist Robert Cialdini, affects our behavior in queues, and see real-life examples of how businesses use this phenomenon to make wait times feel shorter. Robert Cialdini's principle of social proof states that we follow others' actions when we're uncertain. In queues, social proof makes us feel more comfortable when we see others waiting. When everyone around us is waiting, we perceive the wait as more acceptable and less bothersome. Businesses use social proof by displaying crowds or long lines to make their product appear popular. Examples include restaurants placing waiting areas near entrances to showcase busy atmosphere. By leveraging social proof, businesses can make wait times feel shorter and more manageable. Did you know that ancient Greek astronomer Aristarchus of Samos proposed a heliocentric model 1,700 years before Copernicus? Ancient Greek astronomer Aristarchus of Samos proposed a heliocentric model around 310 BCE. He believed the Sun was at the center, with Earth and other planets orbiting it. Aristarchus's ideas were revolutionary, but ultimately rejected by his peers in favor of geocentrism. Another ancient astronomer, Eratosthenes, accurately measured Earth's circumference in the 3rd century BCE. Eratosthenes used shadows and angles to estimate Earth's circumference with surprising accuracy. Despite their errors, ancient astronomers laid the groundwork for modern discoveries in astronomy. Explore the eerie streets of Pripyat, a city of 49,000 people that was evacuated overnight after the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear disaster, and see the abandoned buildings and attractions that remain today. Pripyat was evacuated in just 36 hours, leaving behind a ghost town of 49,000 residents. The city was abandoned on the 27th of April, 1986, a day after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster occurred. Pripyat's design was inspired by Soviet-era urban planning, with wide streets and ample public spaces. The city's attractions, like the Pripyat amusement park, were never open to the public due to the evacuation. Radioactive contamination remains high in Pripyat, making it uninhabitable for humans without protection. Learn about the Anglo-Zanzibar War, which lasted only 38 minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War was fought between the United Kingdom and Zanzibar on the 27th of August, 1896. The war lasted only 38 minutes, making it the shortest war in recorded history. The conflict began when Zanzibar's pro-British Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini died suddenly. The opposing faction, led by Khalid bin Bargash, seized power and threatened British interests. The British responded with an ultimatum, which was ignored, and then launched a naval attack. The war ended with Zanzibar's surrender, and Khalid bin Bargash fled to the German consulate for asylum. Learn how to find food and shelter in the rainforest with expert tips from Bear Grylls, who has spent years exploring the Amazon and has advice on everything from building a shelter to catching fish. Rainforests cover only 6% of the Earth's surface, but house over 50% of all plant and animal species. In the rainforest, finding or creating a water source is crucial, as dehydration can set in within hours. Bear Grylls recommends building a lean-to shelter using fallen branches and leaves to protect from the elements. The Amazon rainforest is home to over 2,000 species of fish, making fishing a reliable food source. Coconuts are a versatile food source, providing water, milk, and meat, and can be found in many rainforests. Visit the real-life location that inspired the Hawkins National Laboratory, where the kids battle supernatural forces in Stranger Things, and learn about its history and significance. The Hawkins National Laboratory inspiration lies in a real location, Camp Hero State Park, New York. Camp Hero was a U.S. Army base from 1942 to 1974, originally for military training and experiments. The site features a distinctive, abandoned two-story radar building from the Cold War era. Locals claim the site is haunted, with reports of strange lights, sounds, and ghostly apparitions. The site's eerie atmosphere and history likely inspired Stranger Things' supernatural themes and setting. Today, Camp Hero is a popular tourist destination and alleged hotspot for paranormal activity seekers. Multiband compression can help control frequencies separately, like in the popular plugin FabFilter Pro L2, to achieve a balanced sound with precise control over bass, mid-range, and treble. Multiband compression splits audio into separate frequency bands for precise control. Each band has its own compressor, allowing for tailored dynamics and tone shaping. This technique helps to even out imbalanced mixes, creating a clear and polished sound. FabFilter Pro L2 is a popular plugin that utilizes multiband compression for professional results. Multiband compression can also be used to create creative, unique effects and textures. By controlling frequencies separately, multiband compression can rescue a mix from muddiness and chaos. Uncover the forgotten story of the Sultana, a Mississippi River steamboat that exploded and sank in 1865, killing over 1,800 people, including Union prisoners of war. The Sultana was a Mississippi River steamboat built in 1863 to transport goods and people during the American Civil War. In April 1865, the Sultana was overcrowded with over 2,400 passengers, including Union prisoners of war, exceeding its capacity. On the 27th of April 1865, the Sultana's boilers exploded, causing a massive fire that engulfed the ship, resulting in one of the deadliest maritime disasters in U.S. history. The tragedy occurred just days after Confederate General Robert E. Lee's surrender, making it a largely forgotten event in the aftermath of the Civil War. Relive the 2006 NBA game where Kobe Bryant drops 81 points against the Toronto Raptors, one of the highest scoring performances in a single game in NBA history. Kobe Bryant scored 81 points against the Toronto Raptors on the 22nd of January 2006. This 81-point performance is the second highest single-game score in NBA history. Kobe shot 28-46 from the field, including 7-13 from three-point range. He scored 42 points in the second half alone, an NBA record. The Los Angeles Lakers won the game 122-103, with Kobe accounting for nearly half his team's points. Kobe's 81-point blowout remains one of the most iconic individual performances in NBA history. The collapse of Lehman Brothers triggered a global credit crunch, leading to widespread job losses and home foreclosures. In 2008, the global financial crisis began with the U.S. housing market bubble bursting. Lehman Brothers' bankruptcy on the 15th of September 2008 triggered a global credit crunch. The crisis led to 8.7 million job losses in the U.S., with unemployment peaking at 10% in October 2009. Home foreclosures skyrocketed, with over 9.3 million American families losing their homes between 2009 and 2012. The global economy shrank by 2.2% in 2009, making it the worst recession since World War II. The U.S. government responded with a $787 billion stimulus package, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.